Business Connect's exclusive interview series where we spotlight trailblazing leaders transforming the business landscape. Today, we are joined by Mr. Suresh Anantpurkar, the visionary founder and CEO of Manch Technologies, a company that's redefining how enterprises manage data in this digital era. Under his leadership, Munch empowers modern businesses to streamline data management, ensure data compliance, and unlock new levels of productivity. So, thank you so much for joining us today, Mr. Suresh.
Thank you. It's my pleasure, Kajal.
Pleasure is all our Suresh. So I guess we have to get started with talking about, Munch Technologies, impact so far. So the organization is known for its redefining, how enterprises manage external and master the data. So could you walk us through what makes your AI-driven and no-code platform truly stand out in this digital first world?
Yeah, so I think that's a great question. What we have seen so far in the industry is people bring in the data into the organization and then start thinking about how to start using that data, clean the data, and which has its own challenges. What Munch has done is Munch has taken a very different approach where we do not allow bad data to come into the system. We have built enough guardrails and watchdogs to prevent any unverified data to come in. So each and every data element that comes into the system is verified, validated, authenticated at source, no matter which channel the data comes from. And that's a significant change in the thought process, which eliminates the need to have the back office resources. It eliminates the need to have people checking by connecting to various websites and data sources. That's our philosophy, and that has worked really well with all the organizations that we work with. And underlying it is a AI enabled platform. We have lots of AI elements which does fraud checks, which has extra data extraction from the documents and so on and so forth, and we'll continue to build on top of it.
Perfect. And if we have to talk about the fact that data quality, compliance, and productivity are critical for modern enterprises. So how does Munch help businesses streamline these areas and also accelerate the overall digital transformation for a business?
So I'll start talking about the impact that we have had on the organizations, and then go to the specifics as to what we did to create that kind of impact. So the largest bottler in India, it used to take about 4 to 5 days for them to register and start working with one of the with the retailers. Now with Munch platform's capabilities, we have brought that time down to 30 minutes. So essentially, we from 7 days to 30 minutes is the transformation that we have been able to achieve. Similarly, with one of the largest food aggregators in India, we have brought down the time required to register a restaurant and start working with the restaurant from weeks to hours. How did we do that? By making sure that the information which is to be collected is collected at the source at the right point in time and verified, validated, and authenticated, so that the reason or the need for people to go back to the retailers or the restaurant is eliminated. We also enabled the self-service platform so that the retailers and the restaurants and others can register on their own, but the treatment given to the data is exactly the same. No matter where the data comes from, we make sure that it is verified and validated. And that's the kind of transformation that we have been able to achieve. And these are just two examples, but each and every customer that we have worked with, they have seen significant digital transformation happen, significant efficiency in the operations, and cost cutting has happened because of Munch.
Amazing. And we also got to know that so many Fortune 500 companies are also trusting Munch for, several critical operations in terms of data management. So, as per you, what do you think is the most valuable, proposition that you're providing to such large scale and complex organizations out there?
So one of the things is, no matter which organization it is, even though the organizations are in the same sector, their business processes are bound to be different. So no two organizations are same. So we cannot have one solution to fit all types of organizations. What Munch does essentially is helps organizations configure the business processes the way they want. So the change management is kept to minimum, but the technology advantage is given to the organization, or the benefit of the technology organization realizes through Munch, without having to really drastically change their business processes. So we work very closely with the organizations to understand their key pain points and make sure that those key pain points are addressed, and there is a continuous feedback loop that gets generated, and through which we continue to innovate and provide the benefit to the organization. And apart from that, for all these large organizations, data quality, sensitivity of the data, accuracy, as well as privacy of the data is very critical. So we have built enough tools and techniques to make sure that all those requirements are met, so that we can be a trustworthy partner and preferred partner for their digital transformation initiatives in their digital transformation journey.
Understood. And in the same direction, Suresh, if I had to ask you, like, is there any success story or any use case that best illustrates like how versatile the platform is? Can you also share that with our audience?
One of the things is, we across 45-50 customers that we have configured more than 180 odd business processes. And each business process, though the construct of the business process is the same, so whether it is material management or customer management, vendor management, and so on and so forth, the process between organizations is different. So we have been able to successfully configure those. The most important thing is our master data management tool, or the master data management configuration that we have done for the large FMCG organization, wherein they were struggling to get all the master data management domains under one umbrella. They had multiple tools implemented, and these tools were not talking to each other. But with Munch, they have been able to decommission these multiple bespoke tools and bring everything on Munch. So what Munch really does very, very effectively is, it helps organizations simplify their IT and vendor landscape. You don't need bespoke systems, because the moment you have bespoke systems, they are not talking to each other. So you will have data in silos, you will have inconsistent data, and so on and so forth. And that's a very large problem the organizations face, and which is what is solved through Munch platform very effectively. So the largest FMCG bottler is a very good example, where they are able to consolidate all these business processes under one umbrella.
Understood. And Suresh, that there is an increasing emphasis on data privacy and regulatory compliance. Okay, so how does Munch Technologies allow organizations or its clients to stay ahead of data governance standards and like its overall evolution? What's your take on that?
I think the governance is a very important aspect for all the organizations. Being non-compliant will result in huge data loss, may result in fines, and so on and so forth. And which is what we have focused on right from day one, to make sure that the data which comes in meets the organizational as well as the local rules and regulations.
Mhm.
Um, our API first platform, AI driven platform, can connect to external as well as internal data sources to verify this data real time. And we continue to add various checks on it based on the industry requirements. So in India, we verify all the KYC information at source. We do cross verification of the information. We read the data from the documents. So essentially, due to this advanced technology, organizations feel very confident that if it is Munch, it has to be 100% accurate. That's what we say. The compliance is extremely important, and we really work very hard to make sure that the organization's business needs are met. and we will continue to add to that based on the changes to the regulation, based on the new requirements and things like that.
Mm.
We, as we are working with large number of organizations, we are learning a lot, and the benefit is basically given back to the other industries through the collaborative effort.
Amazing. And looking ahead into the future, Suresh, what innovations or new capabilities we can expect from Munch Technologies? As businesses around there demand more and more agility and intelligence in terms of data management.
So I think the what we have done, we will continue to do that and much better, I would say. There are two or three problems that the industries have. One is they have large number of systems built or deployed in house, and those systems typically don't talk to each other. Second is the time required to go live with a particular software or particular process takes long,
Mhm.
and there is a cost overrun. That means you start with X dollar as your implementation cost and Y dollar as your subscription cost, but over a
Mhm.
period of time, it goes much higher because of various reasons. With Munch, we have done a lot of automation to make sure that the organizations start reaping the benefit of automation quickly. AI is foundational to Munch. We have built lots of AI elements already, and we will continue to build more and more features using AI, whether it is agentic AI or Gen AI. This is going to be, this is already part of the core platform of Munch. And we listen to the customers. We constantly listen to the customers, try and understand what their pain points are,
Mhm.
and we try and build those into the system or to in the software. And that's why we are able to bring down the time required to register a retailer or a restaurant significantly. There is 70% operational time saving, 80% cost saving, so on and so forth. This is the proof that, and the organizations talk about these when they talk about Munch, and we'll continue to do that in future.
Perfect. So thank you so much for this enlightening conversation, Suresh. I guess it's time to wrap up the whole, interview session. But before doing so, can you just share any piece of advice to our, audience, global audience out there? And what would be your like parting words? Can you share those with us?
Yeah, I think one of the things that has really excited me is really building a world class product from India. So the platform that we have built is loved by the customers in India, and the international customers that we have also like what we have built, and they understand the capabilities of the platform. What I would say to the audience is basically, I think startup is a long journey. We have been in business for more than 7 years, and stay focused on the objectives. Quality of product is very important. Focus on the features and the product capabilities, as well as the quality of the product, which is what at the end of the day counts, right? And the customers will speak for the product rather than you talking about the success stories. The real I think happiness will come when the customer themselves start talking about your company and your product and the benefit that your product brings to the table. And I would urge all the entrepreneurs and others to just focus on that aspect more.
Perfect. So it has been an absolute pleasure to talk to you, Suresh, today, and we wish you all the best for your future endeavors and many more, success to Munch Technologies ahead. Thank you so much again.
Thank you for having me. Bye.